Welcome to Friday. The final chapter begins of the Glenn Beck program. I want to introduce you to a couple of people that are in the audience today. Kevin Williamson, he is the Deputy Managing Editor of National Review, author of The Politically Incorrect Guide to Socialism, a fantastic book. And Richard Poe is also with us. He is the co-author of Shadow Party, also a book you must read. These two guys have done this kind of research for a long, long time. I haven't. These are the people that we have found are surrounding the President of the United States. George Soros is really the king and the kingmaker. He's the guy with the money. Can anybody tell me, Samantha Powers, she's an advisor to the President of the United States. Why is she now in the spotlight? Can anybody tell me, Samantha Powers? It's a tight little group, isn't it?
Well, especially considering that Samantha Powers is married to Cass Sunstein, I think. Mm-hmm. And I was going to say the answer to your question as to why she's significant is, as you pointed out, to America because she likes war. And she sees war as a legitimate technique for pushing what she calls, quote-unquote, liberal agendas.
Would you fight for the rest of your life and give your life if someone overthrew the government of the United States? So, we know that, and there are millions of people that would do that. Well, George Soros is smart enough to know that, isn't he?
Of course, because he's done these overthrows in many other countries where many other people were patriotic and willing to fight. And I hesitated, I have to say, in raising my hand because I don't know what I would do. The fact is we all would like to believe we would fight and fight to the bitter end, but in most cases they kill off the real fighters pretty quickly, and then the other people get in line. And the people who've done these overthrows, such as Mr. Soros and company have done in many countries throughout the world, they tend to succeed. They tend to succeed because people want to get on with their lives. They don't want to die.
They succeed for that reason. And Richard Poe, co-author of Shadow Party, a book that I don't think I would have believed 3 years ago. And it is melt your brain. It's unbelievable. It is truly, truly unbelievable. Richard and I were talking off air here a second ago, and I said, we went into the break, and I said, okay, let me tell you what I really think. Let me tell you what I really think. I really think there is somebody who is going to come in and give us the illusion of the Republic. But I think it's Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. Is she not part of Center for American Progress?
Hillary Clinton was the founder of the Center for American Progress, along with her partner, George Soros. They were the two moving principals who began it in 2002, 2003. And originally, it was widely seen and discussed in the left-wing press, such as The Nation, as Hillary Clinton's think tank. It was described in The Nation as a government in the wings waiting for President Hillary Clinton to come in. And indeed, although Hillary was not elected this time around, her Center for American Progress, her personal think tank, again I'm quoting from the left-wing press, her personal think tank, as we've been discussing, provided many of the people who are now in Obama's administration, which is a very strange thing when you think that that Obama and Hillary are supposed to be deadly enemies and rivals, and then
all
her
of a sudden,
think tank fills up his administration with her people.
Isn't that strange? Because I don't think Hillary Clinton, I don't think she's a Marxist. Is she a Marxist?
I think she is. She's a genuine leftist. I believe she has unlike Mr. Soros, I believe she has a genuine belief in her progressive agenda.
Yes, she's an extreme liberal progressive, but she's not a Marxist communist. She's not these guys, right?
No.
Yeah, she's not these.
Definitely not.
Okay, so Hillary Clinton comes in because this is her government. As you just said, this is her government. Shadow Party. This is it. She set it up.
Why isn't Stephen Lerner being investigated for economic terrorism?
Anybody have it?
I could say that because I believe that it's part of the pressure from above and pressure from below strategy, which Glenn has talked about many times on this show. you can't have a revolution come up from the street just from people like Steve Lerner acting without authorization. They have to have authorization from above. You can't have a bunch of peasants with pitchforks run into the street and overturn a government. You have to have traitorous elements within the government itself who support them and protect them and prevent them from being investigated. And I would add that this Lerner fellow is not alone in practicing economic terrorism. Actually, George Soros himself has been accused by the Chinese military of being a quote-unquote financial terrorist. There was a book published in English in 2002 by two Chinese colonels called Unrestricted Warfare in its English version, and they were talking about all the different types of warfare that are now possible in the information age. They had a great deal of writing about George Soros and his activities, particularly in Southeast Asia during the so-called Asian flu collapse, and they referred to him explicitly as a financial terrorist, and they were not saying that out of hyperbole or out of showmanship. These were colonels in the Chinese army speaking militarily.
Okay.